What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome to the second inaugural Weeb Weekend. Let's fucking go!
Yeah.
For real, let's go. Tomac, intro time.
All right, been working on Doll's Nest. Found Orthian and Smough.
Now pull out your sword.
Oh, which one?
Correct answer. Hayden, pull out your sword.
You don't want me to do that on screen.
Correct. No, I don't want to see that toggle. Do not hit that toggle. Please, God.
I
no.
just drank coffee for the first time in like 6 months, and it's just now starting to kick in. I feel like my heart might explode. I feel like Erwin probably feels on a daily basis. This is exciting.
Maybe Badger.
Very exciting.
You'll love to see it. Pleasure to have you, digital or physical. I do not discriminate. Please don't discriminate against us flesh people once you all take over. ABF. ABF, the leader of the uprising against Hayden's people. How you doing, buddy?
Well, as a totally professional weeb myself, I'm so glad that you invited me here, and I'm drinking coffee for the first time since 8 hours ago.
We're so proud of you. So strong. And for the first time, Comics Dad, say words for us.
Words for us.
Absolute pleasure to have him here.
No, thanks for having me on, man. I am having coffee for the first time in about 5 minutes. So there we go.
Wait, coffee mug off, ABF? Does your coffee mug just get shown up? What's yours got?
I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh, that is tough. Should we put up a poll? I think we'll do a poll. All right, we have to decide. All right, Comics Dad.
What's up, man?
You hit me up out of the blue. Tell us a little bit about yourselves for this.
First and foremost, I see him in the chat. Shout out to B-Man. He was hanging out in my chat the other day. It was like, hey, man, I think you should reach out to Erwin and Angry Badger and see if you can make something happen with Nerd Wars in them. And I was like, I don't know, man. I'm just some functional idiot on the internet, but aren't we all?
Too.
So
I do it at a professional level. I hope to someday do it at an Olympic level.
Well, exactly. I'm not even at the professional level. So who best to learn from but you guys? So no, BMO was like, yeah, reach out to him. So I did that, and here I am.
Could we get the coffee mugs held up one more time?
For sure.
Real quick, because we got the poll up. All right, we got the I'm your Huckleberry, and it gives you the awesome mustache or Spider-Man. Which, I like that Spider-Man. Like the eyes are looking a little rough, or is that the green screen?
No, that's the eyes.
Ooh.
It's like a painting almost.
Ooh, I like it. Well, it's currently winning with 8 votes, 9
Let's
votes.
go.
Any votes, it's currently tied. All right.
The only time I will ever be better at ABF at anything in my entire life. So.
Like, I don't know. You'd probably win if you had the UNT mug.
What mug?
The UNT mug.
Oh, where the handle looks like a C. Okay, I got you.
And that is why Tomac is in the number 2 spot when we have Weeb Weekends. All right, so we covered everything. All right, we're looking good. First, we're going to be talking some gaming. Then we'll be talking some anime. And then we're going to get even a little bit of manga in there. And then finish it up with some Spider-Man and some comic books. Because I thought I was the only one reading Ultimate Spider-Man. But apparently Comics Dad is too. So I want to hear from him. All right, so first off, Nintendo doing its best to lose. It had all of the fan goodwill, and it's saying, we don't want any of that. Nintendo secured U.S. patent against Palworld after informal agreement with patent examiner might file multi-patent U.S. lawsuit in months. So they did scummy things where they did a bunch of patents about like throwing balls at things and capturing them. This new one, it's about the smooth switching from a flying object to an object that rides on the ground.
Yeah, they're trying to like patent
Mount.
they're trying to find a weaselly way to patent mounts and say that they own the rights to that, and it's so scummy.
That's
It's not just the mounts.
anger all of the MMO companies. Never mind it. Put them against Rockstar.
Well, it's
yeah,
not
all
just the
the
mount.
old
It's also the glider mechanic as well.
Yeah.
And now is like they're gonna go after people for doing the like climbing something with a stamina bar. Oh, now your weapon has durability and it breaks. We're gonna sue all of you.
Well,
That's
on the
gonna be,
glider
June.
thing, they are specifically on the glider thing going after using a something that you have captured as a glider, because now Pal World has had to patch it to where instead of using one of your pals to glide, you have to have a glider equipped, and instead of using that pal, you use the regular glider, but the pals that you have in your party will still grant the active buffs like they did previously.
Yeah, because I was thinking like they could go after that game Enshrouded because you use the glider a lot in that game.
Yeah.
Don't you have a
But
wingsuit in that
I guess
one?
it is different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to find these weaselly ways to do it where it's like, no, it's not gliding as a mechanic. It's using the pals as a glider that they're trying to go after.
So driving.
I can't even recall a time where, except maybe possibly Legends Arceus, I think that's the only Pokemon game that I think we were ever able to do that in. So all of a sudden it's uniquely Pokemon.
Wasn't it Sun and Moon you had the mounts?
Yeah, but it's not mounts specifically. It's like I said, they're trying to go after it in very strange ways.
Yeah. Well, the end game is just ultimate Nintendo domination in the gaming industry. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
We will have Nintendo only and we will like it.
And people liked them because Nintendo was weird and they did Nintendo things, and we put up with all the dumb Nintendo things because it was often worth it. And now they're throwing all of that out the window. And that's not the only story. Well, some people did this hilarious thing where they would send $2 super stickers of Shiba Inus going, "Ooh, kawaii," and like little hearts coming out. Not in sort of anime I would recommend to ABF. Let's see. So ABF might not be the biggest weeb, but that's the thing is we're gonna be talking about a bunch of anime, and each anime I want to rate it of if I would recommend it to ABF or not. And any of them that goes, "Meh," I will not be recommending, which is a lot of them, sadly.
So
Yeah.
it's not
and
many
like,
Totoro.
I get it because I hate that stuff too. So I understand.
All right. Nintendo is seemingly taking an even stricter stance against pirates and hackers because people like running emulators on their Switches. Nintendo has released its new updates, blah, blah, blah. They've spent its definition of unauthorized tampering with the console, adding a more detailed set of rules, as well as sanctions for potential modders. Basically, if they catch you modding, they will brick your Switch.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Yeah, ABF, you got thoughts?
Well, they're making it easier to essentially go after these third-party companies too that are making the mods. So, but they're never going to get rid of it completely. The ability for someone to, find the modding kit somewhere on the internet and using it for themselves.
So there was just a story, I want to say it was like 2 months ago, that they ended up getting a Japanese man who was buying Switches and then he was modding them. And he was, modding the controllers, modding their ability to play different games and stuff like that, and then selling those, the modded consoles. And Nintendo successfully got him sentenced to, he's like a 68-year-old man. They got him sentenced to a 5 years deferred prison sentence, which I believe means he doesn't actually have to go to prison, but he's basically on parole, has to do community service. Like he's being punished for the next 5 years.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about, is that they're not going to be able to go after the people that know how to do it on their own. They're going after the people selling it.
Yeah.
That's where they put most of their effort, because they don't want normal people just to go out and get it easily.
Well, just the word that they used, sanctions. Like Nintendo is a government entity now.
Essentially,
the country of Nintendo. It's just such an odd word to put on all that. But I mean, that story, Hayden, is pretty much exactly where it's heading. Like Nintendo is going to dictate who
I can't do my
can
host
do what.
There we go. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're
my
good.
internet's shitting out. I can't hear you. Okay, sorry. I just get dead air because my internet's being shit right now. I'm working on changing that. All right, so piracy ethics. How I see piracy based on company behavior.
Yeah, this checks.
All right, so okay to pirate. We got Disney Plus, EA, Adobe, Nintendo.
Checks out.
I see a lot of heads shaking yes. But not Steam, indie games, or whatever the heck these are. So
WinZip, and I'm not sure what Reaper is. You guys know?
I don't know what Reaper is anyway.
No, I'm not sure what Reaper is either.
But I'm okay with the other three.
So
WinZip lets you pirate it.
Yep.
So is it like if they're just it's like rampant corporatism and they're just a bunch of like a-holes that hate their customers, then like it's cool? And like it's giant company?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more ethical in your head as you're doing it.
No, for sure. Sure. Is it technically maybe kind of ripping off and stealing from a large multi-billion-dollar corporation? Maybe. But
you wouldn't steal. You wouldn't download an Adobe, would you?
It's Robin Hooding. Okay, it's Robin Hooding.
There you go. That's the best way to put it, actually. Yeah.
But then all the suckers who pay for stuff have to pay higher prices because of you Robin Hood and assholes. All right.
That's why they're suckers.
Yeah. Join our band of merry men. Learn how to Robin Hood for yourself.
Bingo. There you go.
So, no, I find a middle ground and I get my unlimited pass at the movie theater. So that way I feel better. And then I also Game Pass because then I can just beat it and be done with it. And it's considerably cheaper. Doom: The Dark Ages. I will be playing this on Game Pass. How many of you will be buying it versus just Game Passing it?
I will never subscribe to Game Pass. Game Pass is a cancer on the industry. It's ruining it. Everybody who signs up for it helped to solidify its place. And when the price goes up, I'm going to be here going, I told you so.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat as Hayden.
Yeah, I'm going to do my normal thing of wait 48 hours and see if everyone tells me if it's completely broken at launch or not, and then purchase it outright.
I'll support it probably day one because
same here.
I like what they're at least trying to do. I really like Doom 2016. The other one was it's okay, but this one looks really cool. So I'm going to support what they're trying to do and hope that they hold up to their end of the bargain. And if it is broken, they fix it.
What if it comes with like a really cool skin that you really like if you pre-order it, and you're gonna get it day one, so you might as well pre-order to get that cool skin, right?
For something like Doom, I don't really care about a skin. Like it's kind of
It's first person also.
Yeah. Okay, ABF, he passed the test, so I was just checking. He passed.
Now, see, my initial plan, I was initially going to be the sucker, pay the extra $30 for the premium edition or whatever to have the 2-day access. But that was also because I initially had the plan of getting a Doomslayer helmet to wear on stream when I played it. That fell out the window now, so unfortunately that's not happening. So now I'm not paying the extra $30 for the premium.
Yeah.
Screw that. Screw premium editions.
Like I think there is an argument to be made if you're a content creator and you're going to stream games and you get early access and you're able to stream it. Absolutely, I think that's acceptable. There are some games that I think pre-order bonuses are worth it depending on what the game is and what type of game it is, but otherwise
ABF. What if it has a badass statue and steel bookcase that you really want?
It's more justifiable if there's a physical item attached to that pre-order, but you're also buying a freaking mystery box of a digital item every single time. You don't know if it's going to work or not. You don't even know if it's good or not. I don't care how many W's that franchises had in a row. You don't know for sure if that game is going to be good.
Shout out to Cyberpunk.
How dare you? IGN is giving it a 9 out of 10, ABF. I know it's good. 9. IGN told me so.
There's also factors that the game might be broken at launch.
Yeah. But Dexerto only gave it a 3 out of 5, so I don't know who to believe. It looks fun. I can't wait.
Yeah,
It does
looks
look really
it's
fun.
a blast. And I personally don't really trust reviews no matter where they're coming from for the most part. There's maybe one or two channels that I will put on just to kind of get a better breakdown of the game, but for the most part it's like guys like Hayden and all of us here that stream games. Like I'll go watch like half an hour of a game stream first to see if it's something I want to get. Either that or if it's something that I have done my own due diligence on, then I'll go get it day one if I feel it's worth my dollar. But yeah, I don't trust any review sites anywhere anymore.
Yeah, we trust individuals, not companies at this point.
Correct.
And
Nagging on
GCA
those for sure.
is perfect for that. You trust IGN or all the tards in the GCA more? I trust the tards.
I, for the most part, still trust Skill Up.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, and we're not going to IGN to get like, what we think is an honest review. We go to YouTube to get our honest reviews.
It better be a 7 when I go over there and check it.
All right, so a lot of them are seeming to like it. Combat, its movement and things are different, but once you get more upgrades, people are like, ooh, all right, it's working for me. Dexerto's complaints was a level design and pacing issue. Don't care what happens when I do a glory kill.
A lot of things.
How is there a pacing issue in a hell mob shooter like Doom?
Dragon-wise.
I think maybe they mean just the actual speed of the game itself, because from my understanding, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, like just the combat and the movement of the actual Doomslayer himself, I think was faster than what's going to be in this.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the only thing I can think of that they're referring to. But even then, I don't mind. I don't mind that at all.
Because those are more of like a movement game, whereas this one it doesn't
fight.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it might just be that it's different, not necessarily bad.
Yeah.
Well, here is the article. Pacing issues are impossible to avoid with the more open-ended structure, so it's a little more like open world. Go like do whatever you want.
Try like wider levels instead of a path.
Oh no, I love massive open worlds. This definitely does not sound like it's for me.
After being dropped into a level, it might take you 45 minutes to trigger the requirements before getting back to the task at hand. Oh no, Hayden can go him out as long as he wants before he does the actual mission.
Terrible.
Oh no, you gotta find 15 keys.
Well, I think what they're saying though is that the other games you're more used to a linear path. And this one, you're like, wait, am I not going the right way? And like you finally like circle around to the right place in the open world and get back on path. It's probably
awesome.
In the interim, there's little in the way of storytelling. So while like Hayden's looting every single thing and checking every little thing for like a hidden little Doom toy or whatever, there's no story while he's looking for his little Doom guy toys. Okay, it pretty much seems like their complaint.
So it's Doom.
And yeah, you may get a line or two of generic enemies dispatch dialogue as you clear a path, but the story rarely progresses in the game itself. It almost exclusively pods forward in cutscenes, a new addition to the franchise, which look awesome. On multiple occasions, especially after lengthy runs tracking down collectibles before coming back to the main objective, I'd completely forgotten what was happening. I found myself lost more than once due to the expanded levels and their split focus.
You were playing a game, it took you 30 minutes and you forgot what was happening in the story. Come on, man.
This is exactly what I mean. Like we're at least entertaining functional idiots. You have full-blown morons that are uneducated and never played a game in their life writing this crap.
It's like, tell me more how you're not a gamer, please.
Well, I think that we should have
play Dark Souls.
I think we should have skippable bosses, personally.
Oh no,
that I can review it easier.
Yeah, what was that? But I saw that like being joked about. What was that? What was that story based on?
I think it was IGN. Some journalist over there was saying how they wanted skippable bosses.
Was it IGN or like Polygon? I felt like it was Polygon.
Maybe it was.
It might have been.
Was that their last article?
They unfortunately, it should have been. Unfortunately, they're still putting out articles. They just got bought out. But yeah, it was a games journalist talking about being able to skip boss battles, skip through progression. Wanting the easy story mode. Like, they don't want to play a game. They want to watch a game. It's the most ridiculous. It's game journos being game journos.
Well, at that point, you might as well just ask the developers to literally just take all the cutscenes and put it into a 2.5 hour movie for them to watch. And then there you go. They could give it a 9 out of 10 movie review instead of game review. Bring it, IGN.
All right, so let's check out the level design complaints that I just read through. And it's basically what we were just saying. They're talking about how it's the same sort of like scope, big scope, but dialed up even more. But they say
so
like
they
it's
improved.
a bad thing. Yeah. And there's some massive plots of land packed in this game's 22 levels, many with winding paths, multiple levels of elevation, and out of reach zones that you have to return to later on. While they can be, I know, while they can be fun to navigate at first.
These areas are mech combat.
I know, and then yeah, you get all sorts, and they look like there's flying, so it looks like they do a decent job of switching up the gameplay. And all of these keep going on about how good the combat is as well. So it's like you get to do some exploring, and then you get to do some really fun combat, and then you get to do exploring, and then you get to fight a boss, and it's super badass, and then you get an amazing cutscene, and then you're exploring, and that sounds great to me.
So the combat is so great that they don't want to do it for 30 minutes? What?
They forgot what they were doing in the story, but the thing is, it's like, you ever played like an MMO before, or like an RPG?
I think they forgot what they were doing in the article.
Story in MMOs.
Yeah, like there's a lot of people who they will beat every single side quest they can find before they ever beat like a main mission. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of see it like both ways though. Because I'm not sure if people are going to be happy or mad about it. But if you stray from the formula a bit too much, which they already did with the combat itself, but that part sounds like it's great. Then people might not, have as much replayability with the game.
Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see.
I could see that.
Well, see,
We'll
that's why I'm a game passer in this situation, because I have zero intention of replaying. Like, I just want to play it, have a good time, like record it, make a fun video, and then not ever go back to it because I got 10 bajillion other games to play.
Yep.
So that's why I'm a game passer. But I totally get the having the physical edition and getting your your badass statues and whatnot. I totally get it. Yo, what up, Space Rebel? And yeah, how many of us are hardcore side questers? I don't go like super hard, do all the side quests, but I usually knock out all the side quests before I move on to the next main mission.
Yep.
Well,
I'll knock out whatever areas can be blocked off.
What are you saying, Comics?
I was saying I'll knock out at least half of them. I mean, it really depends. If it's a really good side story, like if I get a good chunk of either lore or some cool action, or it's a cool quest or something. But if it's a really dumb just fetch quest or something like that, I'll skip it.
I'm such a side quester explorer that I'm 53 hours into Clair Obscure Expedition 33, and I'm not even into end game content yet. Like most people are beating this game in like 30 to 40 hours. I'm 53 hours in, and I'm still, I think, quite a ways away from end game.
Oh, geez.
So you will be checking every corner in Doom for a little Doom guy toy.
Uh-huh.
All right. So actually, I appreciate the transition. Former PlayStation boss blames AAA production costs for $80 games. Says titles with tighter teams like Clair Obscure could be the way forward. I think we can all agree.
Correct.
No, duh.
Yeah.
I've been saying it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like we've been saying this for years. I mean, how many times have I spurred out on stream about EA or Ubisoft and their 19,000 employees?
I could tell you exactly how to tighten up the team. Anybody with blue, purple, or green hair, kick them out and fire 90% of the female staff.
Pronouns and email as well.
Yep.
Great place to start.
And nobody who's ever picked up a controller before ever must immediately vacate the building.
or commit seppuku. No, you're holding it upside down, I think, ABS.
Oh, like
there you go. That's how you do
it.
Here
we go. Like this. Yeah.
Beat our first game.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a septum piercing. Ready the cannon. All right. And what's this? You have a small team and you give people what they actually want. You have incredible Metacritic score, universal acclaim amongst the gaming journos, who I'm surprised they didn't do a hate campaign on this one because we liked it so much. And a 9.7 out of 10 user rating based on 10,000 ratings. That's impressive. I can't wait to play it. I think I'm going to have to do Doom Dark Ages first, though. I just going to blast through and just rip and tear. And then get to some Clair Obscure and go, it's so beautiful. Why did they have
That's
to
how
die?
I feel about it. It's been great. I've been streaming it. And unfortunately, I am, because I just started Chapter 2 the other day. And I'm like 10 streams in. So,
yeah, it's lengthy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to put it to the side when Doom comes out next week, though, unfortunately. But once I get through Doom, I'm probably gonna be going back and finish it up on stream, though. But yeah, it's fantastic.
And I'm very interested in the French meets Japanese like anime styles. French Moon, be happy to hear that. ABF, did you continue playing, or have you kind of drifted off?
I've been very busy, but that is the next game I'm picking back up. Maybe I'll play it tonight.
I said, okay, but then once Doom Dark Ages come out, you're gonna be swapping over to that.
Yeah, and I do want to play a
2
couple
days
of the Doom games before
after it
comes out. Also, yeah.
I never played Eternal, so if I really enjoy this one, I might, because I'm pretty sure they're all on Game Pass. So yeah, if I like this one, another good thing about Game Pass.
I think I picked them all up for like $12 off of a Steam sale. So,
oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steam sales. Steam sales versus Game Pass. Yeah, Steam sales for sure.
Definitely Steam sale.
I'm new to the world of Steam sales because I was telling you guys before we started, I just built my first PC, so I finally was able to take advantage of my first Steam sale the other day, and I feel like a new man.
I'll tell you what's kind of fun is
a game about digging a hole. I need your friend thing so I can send you a game about digging a hole comic. Sorry, what were you saying?
I actually hate when notifications are on for apps on my phone, but install the Steam app on your phone. I just did this for the first time like a month ago, and have a wish list, and your phone will just dig once in a while, and you'll be like, oh, what the hell do you want? And you turn it on, and you're like, oh, sweet, this game is on sale. Like, you're actually happy to see a notification.
Yeah. Here, let me tell you guys the problem with Steam sales.
Tomac gives me games all the time. I start up a game, and so Steam pops up, and then you see that little green notification. I'm like, is one of my games on my wish list on sale, or did Tomac do Tomac things? And as usual, Tomac does Tomac things. Speaking of, good reminder, I forgot I needed to pull up a bunch of Tomac things. All right, so any other games you guys are playing currently while I pull stuff up?
I just started yesterday playing Forza Horizon 5 just because somebody in my chats. So I was doing for a while multiplayer streams where my chats would jump in and play some games with me and whoever else. And Mario Kart 8 was a big one we were doing for a while. But somebody in my chat, for those of you who know, John Ambler in the bounces around the community a lot. He was like, I suck at Mario Kart. Play Forza with me. I was like, I don't have a PC or an Xbox. So he gifted me Forza Horizon 5. So now last night for about 8 hours, I was trying to figure out how exactly to play a legit racing game. Other than that, it's been clear obscure.
I prefer Forza Motorsport, but it's a good entry point for people that aren't into like the full-on sim racing games. Forza Horizon is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun so far. It's been pretty cool. Hail to John Ambler if he's hanging out in the chat.
When's the last time you hopped on your steering wheel setup?
Probably a few weeks ago. It's pretty fun. Yeah. I like to use like the older cars in the game so that I could use my actual like physical gear shifter, because it's so satisfying using the clutch and getting the gear and downshifting, and it's so much fun.
It's fun doing that, but like when you're sitting in traffic, it's terrible. So automatic is definitely better. But if you're having fun, then shift. My first car was a manual.
If you're crashing through traffic, it's fun. Like, get out of my way! You're like,
I gotta play Burnout.
RPMs go burr. Yeah, Burnout.
Paradise 3? Is the last one.
And then Paradise, I love Paradise. When they went open world, game journos would be really confused by that. All right, so Tomac once trolled me with Haiti, a large fat black android or whatever it is with the giant booty, and I thought Hades 2 had dropped, but no. But out of the kindness of his heart, he finally gifted me Hades 2, still in early access, which honestly, I'm kind of fine with games like this.
Supposedly coming out early access this month.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Okay. Well,
May 6th, it says release date.
Oh, release date? Oh, but
that means it'll release into early access.
Oh no, that says May 6th, 2024. I was gonna say because it's May 10th.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It would have already been out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, you did what Tomac did to me. Got me all excited. God damn it. All right, so really looking for this. I love the first one. Anyone else here played the first one? I assume Tomac, did you play?
Yeah, I beat it once. I know to get the full story, you need to beat 10 runs.
Oh yeah, and I eventually got so hard to where it just stopped being fun, and that's when I eventually stopped. This is the game that got me into roguelikes, roguelike, whatever you want to call them.
It's technically light.
Yeah, I know, but then it says roguelike in the goddamn Steam description. So really, really, really looking forward to playing this. It seemed like a little bit of wokeness was considering seeping in, but
there's a slight bit.
Yeah. Not enough to really kind of make me worrisome about it. Because I mean, if you also look back at ancient Greece, there was some kind of odd things going on back then anyway. So
Hephaestus in his wheelchair.
Yeah,
making Aphrodite
You're gonna have a
ugly.
disabled god. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Hephaestus or Apollo?
Yeah, that would make more sense for it to be the guy that's already in a chariot, I would say. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Or
I
the
mean,
fourth
I don't
god.
think it's necessary because he's a god, and whatever.
how is someone that's a disabled god going to be able to identify with the game if they don't add that character?
That's a good point.
is it voice acted by a disabled god as well? If not,
I
I'm
have
writing.
no idea.
Better be.
I didn't look up the voice cast. For this.
Writing. All right. So I think this is going to make a couple people on the panel happy. I was also gifted Armored Core 6, but
Yeah, let's go.
Hayden was the one I was talking about. Hayden, you want to tell chat why they should play this and why I need to play it ASAP?
Okay, so this game, I'm a longtime Armored Core fan. I've played I think every game in the series almost. There may be one or two that I missed, but
Some of the PSP games.
yeah, I remember playing one of the PSP games, but no, this is big customizable robot battles, and like you're constantly trying to change out your weapons and figure out what tactic you need for the next boss that you're fighting. I find that stuff so much fun. Changing out your legs, trying to get your weight ratio correct, trying to figure out if you need to be faster so that you can, strafe around the enemy, or be a tank so that you can take some hits and deal some heavy damage. And then somebody like Az got so frustrated with the tutorial boss that he just quit the game.
Yeah, that's the casual filter that I told you about.
Yes.
Erwin,
That is immediate.
I might give filtered ABF thoughts.
Erwin, when you play this game, you're gonna do it live on the first boss, and we're gonna help you through it, because once you get once you get through the first boss, it's actually smooth sailing from there, because you figure out your play style and you create your mech accordingly, because you actually can't customize your mech at the beginning.
Yeah,
you can only do it after you destroy that boss. So you're unlocking the ability to cater to your own play style. Also,
my play style is full DPS, no blocking, no parrying. I refuse. So as long as there's an option for that.
I don't think there is any blocking unless you're unless you're like a melee build or something like that, which it doesn't really work anyway. So.
I'm playing it today.
Yeah. Is it?
I mean, like,
also,
there are plasma shields, but I don't think they work that well.
We'll look into it. What do you say, Native?
I'm not a huge fan into the FromSoft games. I appreciate them. They're just not for me. But this game is so much fun. Yeah, it's different.
That's what I like to
wanting
hear.
to get my hands on it, but I just I've known about Armored Core, but I have not been fortunate enough to ever really play them. So when you get around to it, Erwin, if you're gonna if you do stream it or something, let me know. I'll watch.
And if you don't have any brain cells to complete a level at all, I could give you a build where it's just miniguns, and all you do is just hold the triggers down.
Yes.
I can do that. I can handle that. So like I am not a Souls-like kind of person, Souls-like kind of person, whatever you want to call it. I need to be eased in the same way ABF and like Badger need to be eased into the power of anime. I need to be eased into the Souls-like, and giant mechs going. Yeah, it's an excellent way to ease me in.
I would say Doll's Nest is a good entry version if this is way too hard for you.
I'm not that big of a baby. Maybe
you gotta buy me dinner first,
So basically, I don't want to just kite around and dodge roll and block and then get one or two attacks in. That's why I don't like Souls-likes.
Don't worry, you can kite and fire your minigun at the same time.
Okay, see that helps, but like I prefer. I'm a hack and slash kind of guy.
What is it? These buttons where you dash left and right. That's what you use a lot. You dash left and right to get out of the line of fire and stuff. Yeah, it's fun.
That
it's
or you can
fun.
just skate around.
Yeah, you hit. I think it's X or A, and then you can initiate your boosters on your feet, and you can just skate.
Yeah,
that
sounds cool.
I was a big fan of some tribes, some skiing. They need to figure out skiing again. Oh,
Tribes is awesome.
It's that?
It's like that, yeah. It's
There's
very,
no block.
very similar.
There's no blocking, and there's like tribe skiing.
Yep.
Pretty much. It's just your movement.
All right, you guys are easing me in. Like you're up to like second knuckle at this point.
Well, there's 3 different movement modes. There's just walking around, and then there's the skate mode, and then there's the straight up flying around.
Yeah, flying. Flying is a lot of fun.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Also, one guy I watched play put a bunch of crazy skins on, so his mech looked ridiculous. Are you able?
Yeah.
Is that mods or is that just normal color?
So
Yeah,
you
you
can
can do
mod it or you can paint it, and there's different designs that you unlock as you're going through, and you can paint it any part of it, any color you want to.
But I can also have like Snoop Dogg like smoking a blunt like on it as well.
I think that's a mod.
I think you can upload emblems.
Yeah, because I believe there are like emblems or whatever you can up, so you can get like the decals or whatever.
Yeah.
I need to do that.
So that might not be a mod. That might just be you uploading a picture. Yeah.
I think you can. Which if you can, then we might get a video of some Armored Core 6 at some point. Yes, my fist.
I don't know. With how excited Erwin is, I'm wondering if he'll continue on with New Game Plus after he beats it.
I had too many game. Now that I'm doing the gaming channel, there will be no New Game Pluses anytime in my future.
All right.
So real quick one. We all love an anime fighting game, right? Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Tell me a little bit about this real quick, Tomak.
It's just I think this only covers up to the end where Naruto fought Sasuke at the Borderland of Fire, which is like 300 episodes in.
Obviously. We will be talking about my anime list. Naruto is eventually on it. One game that I did like watching some YouTube videos of, Maneater. This actually looks pretty darn good. I'm excited to play a shark PG, I think is what they call it.
Yep.
Mildly interested. You said there was a
there's a DLC that's essentially Alex Jones.
Yeah, so I looked into it. I assume it's what, Rogue Waters? Or
no, that's a different game.
No, that's where did I see it? I was looking at it. So I think
the top one has the DLC included.
All right, so it's less Alex Jones, more like Area 51, if I'm not mistaken. But still,
just conspiracy theory stuff.
I will definitely be playing Maneater on this channel. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say I've been wanting to check Maneater out because my 5-year-old, she is just as sick and twisted and demented as I am. My wife has her loving Jaws at the age
nice.
So if I get Maneater, you better believe I'm gonna sit her down, be the responsible good parent, and let her watch something she likes. Yeah. Giant man-eating sharks eating people.
Use of turtles is very effective in that game.
I don't know what it is about games, but when you're like underwater, it's way scarier.
Shark.
Yeah, but what if you're the scary thing in the water?
It's also a reverse horror game.
Yeah, reverse horror game. I like that.
Remember, they classified Doom 2016 as a reverse horror game as well.
Well, because in Doom 2016, you are the nightmare of all of the demons. So
yeah,
I'm a big fan. Yeah, like being the thing that all demons are afraid of. Yeah, sign me up. But not pre-order, sign me up. All right, so real quick, no one wants to talk about it, but we got a Alyssa Mercante up to Mercante things. She amended her complaint. She's got lots of examples of harassment. They're like dick pics and death threats, and then just normal like complaints about her. So it's like there's some examples of like harassment. The fact that I don't know how she's connecting it to Smash JT, but there is some actual like harassment. But then there are just like normal complaints about her that she puts in there as well, like they're the same thing.
Well, she's a member of this group of people that doesn't understand how to take any criticism at all, and they look at it all as full-blown personal attacks. Even though, yes, some people have personally attacked her, but other people have just said, "Oh, this is a shit take. You need to get a different job because you can't write." Stuff like that. Like that's not harassment. That's just somebody's opinion.
If she never worked for Kotaku, she would be the most irrelevant person ever.
Absolutely.
Yep. Oh, for sure. It's just the day and age that we are in. She needs that instant gratification for having her terrible takes. But if anybody calls her out, oh, well, you're an ist and you're a phobe and you're this and that and all that. And everybody is sick of her. The only reason why she's going after Smash JT in my mind is so she can stay relevant.
Jess, if you did, you would end up in this. So she posted the first 10 are like actual harassment and like a dick pic and what have you, and like telling her to Minecraft herself and like nooses and stuff. And yeah, obviously don't do that, you creeps. Your father raised a disgusting woman and he should be ashamed of himself.
Here's my other coffee mug that was close to me.
Let's go on.
Speaking of, oh my God, you won. ABF Huckleberry, you basically took 2/3 of the vote. It was Spider-Man was winning, but ABF took it. I will say ABF's name was first though, so he did have the top of the poll bias going for him.
No, it's because this coffee mug is the better one. Okay,
I'm just saying you should sue for a recount. I said it.
I'll get a Mercante's activist lawyer and have them file suit for me.
That's Russian disinformation, sir.
It's seeming like the lawsuit's bordering on the Sid Alpha lawsuit.
Who?
Sid Alpha is another YouTuber that someone else was being absolutely insane and saying that he has complete control over his audience and he's being harassed.
Okay.
This was a couple years back and it's still ongoing.
This whole lawsuit is because JT is harassing her, but as we all know, it all started because she was harassing him and his family, and now because of all the lawsuit, he's getting harassed and his family being brought into it. The whole reason they're doing the lawsuit is because of this, allegedly, and then so they're just doubling down. And I know we hate talking about her, but she is such a good salesman for our side. You just, also, any normal gamer, you just say, look at this, and they go, oh, I'm based in Red Pill now. What were you saying, ABF?
I really think that one of the things that made her blood boil was JT putting out a video basically showing a whole bunch of reply tweets of her to Hassan. Like, hey, look at me. Oh my gosh, we're in the same town. And no replies. And she does it like dozens of times. And she looks like a complete simp. And that video makes her just look terrible. And I really think that was the moment that she was like, screw this guy.
Yeah, in that video, I believe it's that video, he also plays a clip of her and Hassan meeting up on one of Hassan's streams. She like hunted him down
at like a convention.
At a convention. Yeah. And she looks like the creepiest, weirdest person, the way that she approaches Hassan of all people. She goes up to that retard and looks like a creepy, weird scent. It's like
it was the Amaranth high five clip, but like roles reversed.
Yes, that's exactly what I was fixing to say. I was going to say,
boundary simulator.
To be fair, I think that is just how she carries herself in her everyday life. That might not be anything because of Hassan. It might just be her.
Hey, just because she has hate all men tattooed under her butt doesn't mean she's not totally stable, normal human being. She's not. Spoiler alert. Mark a reality for a $5. Shout out, Mark. Appreciate you. If Snatch,
I think she meant it, M.
And everyone else were to stop talking about her on the internet, she would be absolutely nobody. Yes, and if you're someone like Atreus who built his channel off of List Mercante and then gets put in the lawsuit over it, yeah, I would have definitely advised not talking about her every single freaking day
in court, and he only says Griff.
Yes, but for those of us who just cover her when she hits new like lows, I think it's okay to talk about her. But and it's like, oh, she'd be irrelevant, but at the same time, she was the editor-in-chief of Kotaku, was pretty much one of the biggest gaming websites there is. So...
Yo, Will of the Fans, thanks for the raid, dude.
Oh, shout out, appreciate you, Will.
And I'd also argue that they are talking about her less, and she's starting to lash out more because of it.
Yep.
Yes,
yeah,
that 100%.
Exactly what it is.
And then she literally did her cry for help of, I gotta go be a waitress again, guys. I feel like I'm 25 again. Yay! Please God help me.
When I read that, I
Stone
felt happier on the inside.
Well, that's what I'm saying is. I'm definitely not. I stopped doing the Gamergate documentary I was working on specifically because I wanted to get away from all the coming drama that was obviously going to happen. Or else I could have ended up in the damn lawsuit too. And it's definitely good to not give her unneeded attention. But when she's hitting rock bottom or she's absolutely embarrassing herself, I understand people not liking all the crazies and the SJWs, but my thought is always we need to put our camera on them. They are our best salesmen. And Alyssa Mercante, God, she has radicalized more gamers than any of us could ever hope to radicalize. So God bless her little cold black commie heart.
Her and Sarkeesian.
Yes, I honestly, they did a lot to destroy the gaming industry, but did a ton to make the gamers way more based. And eventually, I think we'll win in the end. The problem is, will China be the one who owns all of the video game companies at that point?
Well, they do know how to play the long game.
Oh no, it'll be Nintendo, like what we were talking about earlier. Nintendo will be the one that will be owning them all with all their sanctions.
All right. Speaking of Nintendo, let's see. Smash JT is playing this game called Time Twist, and it's been interesting. Nintendo definitely wanted us to forget about this fun little flag in there. Whoa! But here, let's actually get a little closer look. There's a little black boy playing in the tree up here.
He's getting apples out of it.
Next. And then the devil takes over baby Jesus.
All right.
Oh boy.
I love his expression. Smash his face right there.
The eyes on top of the hat really do
made
it.
by Nintendo.
Probably not, but it's got Nintendo right there. Whatever this weird
It's a publisher made by it.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever this graham cracker, this Teddy Graham up here in the left corner is probably the actual company. Oh, wait.
What Joe Biden would say about that.
Also, he took the screenshot perfectly at 4:20 in his live stream. Nice. Yeah, there we go. That's a good way to react to it as well. All right. Holy spumonies, we got to get to Will real quick, but first, Russ for 10 months. YouTube hates me, but ABS love conquers all. Sometimes ABF loves chat so much that YouTube has to kind of do the Gillette ad where he like stops you. And we appreciate you, Russ, and we appreciate ABF shining his light down upon us all. And Will shining his light for 250.
Is it pounds?
Pokey dollars.
I just keep wanting to say pussies. Thoughts? But however many 250 poundings he just gave me. Alyssa streamed yesterday.
It's Philippines.
Filipino. Wait,
Filipino
really?
Pesos, yeah.
Extra based. Was the most incredibly cringe and boring pile of pish? Is that an urban slang I don't know yet? I have ever seen. If she wasn't an ex-Kotaku journo rat trying to destroy YouTube through Smash AT, she would have no audience. Correct. And that's why we should keep an eye on her, because she's actively trying to destroy our side of the internet. And Hypno got hit with some copyright strikes or whatever it was going after his channel and people attacking him. And they are out for blood. And while they're out for blood, thankfully, they have to go get me a refill on my Diet Coke. Suck it, Mercante! Metaphysically, more metaphorically, and metaphysically. You demon. Shout out
Metaphysically might be harassment.
All right, Erwin, I looked it up. Time Twist is both made and published by Nintendo.
That little black boy is just swinging in the tree on his rope swing. Okay, having a good time. All right? Shout out. Appreciate you, Will. Now, we got a little bit more censorships. We think Hayden and the land of anime Japan is going to save us from the censorship. But sadly, a lot of them, especially Capcom, have been going along with it. Onimusha 2 Remaster will have censored costumes. Thoughts? Actually, Tomak, I'll give you first dibs on this.
I think she's a time traveler anyway in Onimusha 2.
What does that have to do with her not getting to see as much of her boobs, though, Tomog? What do you think about not getting to see as much of her boobs? That's what I want to know.
I don't remember much about this one.
I don't care what you remember. Use your eyeballs, Tomog, and look at her boobs and tell me if you have any complaints about the 2 or 4.
Same size. What are you talking about?
That's.
I can't.
Hayden, do you have any thoughts about her boobs?
Yeah, this is a disgrace. The fact that we live in the age of censorship and the fact that they feel like they have to do this stuff, they need to be they need to be hounded for this, because we're tired of censorship. We're tired of cancel culture. We're tired of them coming in and saying that art can't be art. This is absolute bullshit, and it's Capcom doing a lot of it. And like I said, they deserve to be shouted at for this. Not threatened, nothing like that, but they definitely need to be told that we as the consumers do not approve.
So don't shout the N-word at them is what you're saying. I hear it's very lucrative these days, though, Hayden.
I mean, it depends, but yeah.
All right,
Hayden, canceled years ago.
Give us a
cool $500,000.
Give us a quick tism on Kirsha going viral for supporting Shiloh Hendricks, and how I assume that is what led to a possible cancellation.
She didn't support Shiloh Hendricks. That's the funny thing. This article says that she did, and she actually didn't.
She was justifying why both of the Gift and Go should stay up.
Well, no, she wasn't justifying why they should stay up. She was saying if one of them is allowed to be up, then the other one is allowed to be up. And then what she said was Shiloh shouting at that kid was ultimately a societal repercussion that happens because we have allowed society to get to a point where one side says, well, how come they get to do this thing and the other side doesn't get to? And eventually you get to a point where tensions rise so high that things are going to boil over. And then some weirdo trans journalist who recently decided to become a VTuber that absolutely hates Kirsha and the VTubing company Vialure, because rumor is that this person tried to join Vialure, and somebody in the chat at one point said, is Vialure friendly to trans people? And the girls that were on stream started laughing and said, I mean, if you sound like a woman. And this person apparently didn't get into the company, got very mad, and has been writing article after article just going after Kirsha, VTubers, and right-wing bigotry, and how they need to be excoriated from the VTubing space, and just spurging out completely and making things up whole cloth, being completely disingenuous and taking everything out of context.
And then she got canceled. That's what we need. Say that part now.
Okay. So this brigade started on Twitter where people, because Kirsha had a merch drop with gamer subs, and all these people started adding gamer subs and adding Uwu Market, which I've got an addendum to that here in a moment. But they start like adding all of the companies that she has sponsors with, merch with, stuff like that. But the one that they didn't go after at all is the one that dropped her, and that is the game Crime Boss Rocket City,
which I only know exists because of you, and that's because of Kirsha.
Correct. I didn't know that the game existed. She was until I found her playing it. She worked for about 2 years for Crime Boss, unofficially just pushing the game out and saying, hey, come play this game with me. She's got over 1,000 hours in the game. She absolutely loves the game. And out of nowhere, right after this first article about her comes out, they send her an email that essentially says, we're a small indie dev and we really need sales, so we can't work with somebody who's controversial. And she said, basically, she was like, so will you talk to my manager? Because, I'd like to work something out. And they said, no. And she revealed this on stream yesterday to her audience, who was immediately enraged.
So TLDR, basically, this company that only had success because of Kirsha decided to throw her under the bus despite no pressure being put on them, and now they're going to fail miserably. I think that's pretty stupid. ABF, you got thoughts?
My thoughts are, maybe even with the success of Kirsha throwing audience their way, it still was not a successful game. And they were trying to cater to another audience to try to gain people. And it actually backfired on the only audience that they had.
Yep. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, backstage when Hayden was talking about it, I brought up, Midnight Society, deciding to get rid of Doc, and then absolutely just failing miserably, going out of business, like 6 months later or less. Absolute failure. And then you get Asmongold, of course, comes out and talks about it. Asmon's 100% right about how to handle companies that bend the knee to cancel culture. You have a voice, use it. Grum says, we've been doing it and it's been working. So many victories last year. You have to make marketing I love this. So he takes the Kimball Air thing. You have to make marketing departments absolutely afraid of supporting ridiculous and poisonous cancel culture. And that. I didn't give Shiloh Hendricks $10 because I think you should yell the N-word in a park. I fucking hate cancel culture, and you shouldn't have your life ruined in a bunch of credible death threats against you for saying words. And cancel culture, this was a huge just defeat for cancel culture with this. But that doesn't mean we've won. They're going to continue canceling. But the way we eventually get rid of it is ridiculing these people, these companies that do it, and make sure they're more afraid of our wallets, our money, our backlash, more afraid of that than they are of the left's threats and their complete lack of money.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people that are saying things like, oh, now we have excoriated the left for doing this to companies, and now we're going to do the same thing. Why that makes me feel disgusting. It's like, yes, we are going to do the same thing because there's a reason that they keep winning these battles. It's because we sit back, let them do this, let them cancel people, let these companies get away with it. And we can't do that anymore. We have to show them that we are the side with the money and we are the ones that they should be afraid of upsetting.
That's what the whole Shiloh thing, one of the things I swear is the not giving a fuck, not bending the knee in the slightest, even if maybe we are a little bit in the wrong and probably shouldn't be shouting gamer words in parks, even if people deserve it or not. Comics Dad, looks like you got something to say. What you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's a matter of they have for so long have been the only ones banging the drum loud and hard. You okay?
No, continue. We'll get to it in a moment.
He does that. He does that. Just
Fair
keep
enough.
Blame this guy.
But no, they've been being the only ones banging the drum loud and hard for so long that finally we, as a collective whole, in what I feel is the majority of society.
A collective whole?
Yes, a collective whole. Yep.
Okay.
There you go. I'm setting you up, man.
Yeah. That's what we're going to call... In the post-apocalypse, we're going to refer to Leon as the collective whole. Sorry, what were you saying, Comics?
No, I'm just saying it's our turn to bang that drum louder. And we're
going to...
Bang it. Yep, there you go.
Oh, the drum. Oh, the drum. Oh.
However you want to do it.
I thought you meant we're banging the collective whole.
Whatever you want to do. The collective whole, there is a hole at the bottom of drums sometimes, so if that's what you want to do, go for it. But no, it's our turn to speak up, and we're finally speaking up, and we can't let these idiots run wild anymore, just trying to silence us and stop us from pretty much not doing what we want, but like
I will say
like just censoring us basically and telling us that we're wrong for having opinions and thoughts, even though they may not necessarily be good ones. But the free speech, man, that's what it's all about.
Yes, so we can go a little too far in our free speech, but we shouldn't destroy people's lives with it. Like Kanye's new single and music video should not be promoted in any sort of way, but he should be allowed to do it, as ridiculous as it is. And the way you fight against his free speech isn't by canceling him. You use your free speech to say, hey, this guy's an idiot. You beat bad free speech with your free speech.
Mm-hmm.
And
you have to call it out.
And that's the thing, is these Karens on the left, they were very used to being able to cancel whoever they darn please. And they can't do it anymore, and they're not happy. And Asmongold, love him or hate him, has been a big part of that. All right, so speaking of, we're about to get into anime, but as a little transition, Mark Mitchell from Rasmussen reports the only polling worth a darn. The word retarded makes them very, very mad. I'm guessing the major reason is how symbolic it is of their cultural defeat. Karen woke cancel culture isn't supposed to cede territory. Here's the NBC headline. The R word, embraced by Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, inches back into the mainstream.
We did it, boys!
Absolutely.
It almost started with Stellar Blade.
I tested a gamer word on Twitter yesterday. It's still not. It thought it asked if I was a robot. So it's not quite ready, but we do have retarded, and we got queer back. And I'm just saying, once they added queer, we're getting that gamer word back at some point. And many still consider the word a disability slur. Do any of you have disabilities? Because I'd call all of you guys retarded. I called myself retarded earlier. I said I'm a professional retard earlier.
Erwin, let me just tell you this. I have an IQ of 77. I am literally retarded.
All right, weird brag, but okay.
It's been consistent for 2 decades.
My test results were inconclusive. So,
yeah, maybe ABF, you're like a Jinwoo from Solo Leveling. You tested off your S tier intelligence.
There you go.
Or E rank. We're not sure.
Either way, I'm having fun.
That's all that matters. And while its use has percolated in the comedy world for years, only recently has it, and discussion of its return, become more common. And this gets into, we talk about how comedy, that's the cutting edge of free speech. So comedians finally coming to their senses and also saying no to cancel culture is fucking huge. Almost as huge as a reverse fart donation.
How about for $90, I'll put the fucking mousetrap on my tongue.
What, just one dagger, right? Or do I have to do both daggers? I'll put on the one piece hat, Mr. Reverse Fart. Please. Just the one, right? Just the one? No, stop it! Play a clip! Roll a clip! Badger, roll a clip! Oh, fuck!
No, he's not here!
No, Badger, save me! Alright, now it's your turn, Grogu! Roll a clip, Badger, roll the clip!
Give me the cash. Been here long?
Yeah, look enough. Come on, give me the cash.
Thank you, Reverse Fart, for the 250 poundings. I will be filling it tomorrow.
Whoever that guy is.
I know. Whoever that handsome, hilarious guy is. All right. Now we're finally moving in to anime. Tomak, prepare. Get your sword ready. All right. I watched the first 3 episodes of My Hero Academia. I'm sorry, all the Sopranos enjoyers. I didn't care about Mob Karen, and everyone was mad because it's a 10 out of 10 show to them. So if I have any criticism, they get really mad. So similar to a Penguin, where I really enjoyed it, but had some criticisms and people really didn't like it, I just gave up on Sopranos and decided to watch My Hero Academia as well. I also went through all of the episode descriptions of season 1 of Breaking Bad, and I went, that's exactly not what I want to watch. So I took that off too, and I'm just watching anime now. Which actually, ABF, you'll be happy. That means my next normal show is Stargate SG-1. Season 1. So it skipped ahead a couple. But My Hero Academia, I watched the first 3. So essentially, 80% of the world's population have some kind of superpower. They call them quirks. So then with the rise of the quirks, obviously superpowered criminals come forth. And if you got superpowered criminals, of course, what do you need? Superheroes. So 80% of the world are superheroes or super criminals or whatever. So 20% of the world are just normal. And the main character, Deku, is a super fan of all the superheroes, but he has no superpowers and really, really wants to become a superhero, but you can't really do that without superpowers. Really great setup. And then there's a school, University of, I don't remember what it's called. So essentially, he's like so many anime characters, but yeah, like a Solo Leveling where he's the weakest. But while all the heroes are sitting on the side saying an excuse for why they can't save a kid, he with no powers runs in to save somebody. So the main superhero guy, All Might. Yeah, this guy right here, he's like the superhero, and the main character loves him. So he gets saved by him, but then that ends up causing a problem. So that's why he rushes in to try to save him. And then he's like, hey, that's my bro, because I'm dying, but I can pass my superpowers on to other people. So you don't have superpowers, but you got that spirit of a hero. So I'm going to give you some of my superpowers. But first you have to train a bunch and earn it, and then go pass the test.
Doesn't literally kill you
to get into the school. And so you have an amazing training arc, and then he's finally going to the school and whatnot. And it's like, that's right. I just watched the first 3 episodes, and I'm like, this is exactly what I want. I don't want Mob Karen complaining about like, oh, my life's like so hard. I don't even know what my husband does. So you guys can enjoy that. That's perfectly fine. I'm glad people enjoy that stuff. I'm going to go watch superheroes, and I can't wait for more. Season 1's only like 13 episodes, which is perfect. So I cannot wait to finish that. I'm liking it.
I'm sure you love Mount Lady in Midnight.
Actually, we have that. Hayden, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say season 2, really the action really picks up, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Reverse Fart. Really fun. So I think like 5 minutes into the show, you see Mount Lady, or is it Mountain Lady?
Mountain Lady.
Mount Lady, which I mean, yeah, because you want to mount her. So basically, she's a giant girl, and so she has a giant butt, and then all of the like paparazzi are on like a highway overpass taking pictures of her ass, going money shot, money shot, money shot, and then like another line of photography shot, and they're like money shot, and then another line shot, and they're like money shot, and then I sent a picture to Tomak, and I said, I already love this anime. It's so simple.
The one thing you are missing from the piece of the puzzle with the superheroes is that it's also corporatized as well.
Yes.
So like a lot of these superheroes, they have their own superhero agencies and whatnot. So that is the key. It's not just the superheroes are awesome, but they're being heroes not necessarily to be heroes. They're being heroes, or at least a lot of them are, for fame and glory and money and all that.
And you will meet my favorite character, Toga, soon, and you will understand immediately why she's my favorite.
What, you don't like the rabbit?
So that's great. I'm hyped. That's good. ABF, I think it's one you could like. It has some of the chibi like ooh stuff, but it's not too much, and they do it well. Because sometimes they do it and it's like super cringe. It's just like they do it pretty darn well. But
also, most of the cast are still kids.
I'm willing to accept some, just not a lot. So if it's minimal, I can deal with it.
Yeah, and it's not overwhelming.
And it's one of those like Full Metal Alchemist situations where it's like the story and characters, it's so good that it's worth putting up with.
Yeah, and just like we talk about with like, crappy movies and TV, like, we're like, oh, but the wokeness is what corrupted it. Well, if it was good, we'd put that aside. So if there's good stuff, you can put a certain amount of things to the side.
Oh, and it's anime. They'll have like a gay character or a really girly character. I'm like, nope, it's anime. I'll give them a chance. And then a lot of times, and the character ends up being really good.
Well, and sometimes, I can say for My Hero specifically, I've said a lot of times, like, I don't really necessarily like shonen anime. I like stuff that's more serious, a little bit darker. And the story in this, like, as it starts to unfold, it is a darker storyline. Like, it's a lot darker than it looks like it is at first. And some of the motivations for some of the characters, they're really like deep-seated character things.
This is the like main bad guy of like season 1, right?
Yeah. Well, not just of season 1, of pretty much
like all of it.
Series.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, because my nephew had a bunch of like anime manga stuff he was getting rid of, so I actually have a figure of that guy. So one of the benefits of watching it is if I really enjoy that character, I have a new anime figure to put on my shelves. So yeah, this is one ABF. I'd say maybe give it a chance in the future. All right,
okay. Avoid the fan base because they're horrible.
Yeah. It's definitely not one for the kids. It may seem like it up front, like it's sky high, but no, like Hayden was saying, it gets definitely. That's especially once you hit season 3.
It gets very dark and it gets pretty bloody.
Yeah. Hunter x Hunter starts off pretty like kiddie and then gets a little darker, and then I was told it gets quite a bit darker. So, all right, that's good. That makes me happy because like the more kiddie stuff, like that's something I wouldn't recommend to ABF normally.
It changes between each hiatus.
Well, like it gets darker and darker.
Yeah,
pretty much because it's gone hiatus like 3 times.
Escaflowne, the movie. This is one Tomak had on his crazy 300 where he recommended me a bunch of mech anime. And this one is definitely my favorite. Escaflowne, the movie. So you get the mechs, but you also get like a really interesting like alien world. So the sci-fi aspect, and you also get like the fantasy aspect where they have got like dragon magic powers. Essentially, they call themselves dragons as well. Like they got like the different dragon clans. The bad guys are the black dragons. You got me there. So it's a mech, but at one point it's like final form. It also turns into a dragon. Like I'm sold. You got strong hot women. The main character is like a young teenage girl just sucked into the world.
Well.
Oh no, Erwin died.
There goes that.
It was Maximus BT's super chat for 99 cents.
That's what killed him.
Yep.
Max!
Oh, you're back.
All right, you're back now.
I can't believe you, Max. Thank you for the 99 cents. Appreciate it. It makes me a little nauseous, but I do appreciate it. So, Escaflowne in the movie. So you get like the mech stuff, but you also get a lot of political stuff. It's very epic. There's like multiple extra planets and like moons in the sky that you get lots of great shots of the various like transition shots and like shots are freaking beautiful. The music is Yoko Kanno, one of the legends most known for doing Cowboy Bebop music. So the music was on point and art and animation was on point. I'm really glad I watched it on Blu-ray, because then I didn't get any like old school anime compression from having to borrow it from the internet and what have you. So really great getting to watch the physical media. I had to yank open my DVD player to be able to play it and then press start like 25 times on the remote to make it work, and it was all worth it. I really freaking enjoyed it. ABF Escaflowne the movie, would recommend. Everyone in chat will say, no, you have to watch the whole show. Wait, do you have it? You have to watch the whole show, ABF. I can't believe you're watching the movie.
The movie's in that box. This is just loose box sets.
I've talked about there are anime shows that they and turn into a movie, and I'm like, hey, those would be good for you to watch. Chat will always get angry as fuck at me saying those sorts of things, but you don't have time to be watching 26 episodes of anime and, oh, you got to watch the first 8 before it really gets good. We can't do that. Just watch the movie. It's really good. Escaflowne the movie. Highly recommend.
Fair enough.
Like, here's one you've already watched. Don't Make Cry.
Yeah, but then he does weird hitting on little girl things and whatnot. There was nothing. I don't think there was anything weird. There's no meh and out. There was no, like, demon rape. I don't even think there were any nipples. Yeah, a 90s anime with no nipples in it. Like, yeah, I easy recommend. Let's see, what does IMDb give it? A 6.6 out of 10? For me, it was like an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Unlike, speaking of Yoko Kanno and Cowboy Bebop, Shinichiro Watanabe gave us Lazarus, and I watched like 3 episodes, I think, and then in episode 3, they go to like the slums, and in the slums, they meet a trans character, and then the trans character is like, oh, I know what it's like to be like oppressed and othered or whatever, and then the black guy character goes, oh, I'm a black person, so I also know what it's like to be oppressed, and I said, unless you drastically improve show, this is the last one I'm watching, and it didn't drastically improve, and it's the last one I watched. Anyone else give this a chance?
Yeah, I was told Lazarus fell off kind of fast. That's why I'm glad I only watched Moonrise.
Yeah, I watched the first couple of episodes with, for anybody who knows Tomby or the real Tomby. He does Saturday anime watch parties. So I was watching with him and his crew for the first couple episodes, and it was okay. And then, yeah, by around the 3rd or 4th episode, I kind of lost interest, unfortunately.
Yeah.
See,
and I was really hyped for it. I love me some Shinichiro Watanabe, but no, we gotta have wokeness sneak its way in. All right, one I'm watching after My Hero, some Assassination Classroom, which I thought looked kind of good, but then once I finally actually looked at the description, I went, oh, a powerful creature claims that within a year, Earth will be destroyed by him. This guy right here. But he offers mankind a chance by becoming a homeroom teacher where he teaches his students about how to kill him. An assassination classroom begins. So yeah, this like alien comes and is like, hey, I'm going to destroy your world in a year. I'm going to train you to assassinate me before then. I am intrigued. Anyone watch this?
I haven't watched it.
It's one of the guest characters in Jump All Stars.
My girlfriend tells me that she thinks that I'll really like it. I haven't watched it yet, though.
I haven't watched it, but for if you watch the dub, Sunny Straight voices that entity. So I've always loved his work, so I might watch the dub just to see if I can hear some Krillin.
Oh no. I hate God. That was like my first realizing, oh, animes have really annoying characters that I hate. But hey, when they get chopped in half, I cheer. Well, especially when they get chopped in half by their own like weapon. But then for some reason Goku was sad. But then he went Super Saiyan. So it's great. Shove your girlfriend into a refrigerator or chop a Krillin in half. Move that story along. All right, Assassination Classroom. Moving on. This is one. So I try to watch the niche stuff that Tomak has me watch, and then I try to also watch the more popular ones, which is what I'm doing with My Hero and Assassination Classroom. But then occasionally I gotta watch the ones I just want to watch. And Ira Zarem. The animation popped up on Prime after I'd watched something on there. It's 6 episodes, so it's considered a mini series. And you guys probably can't see anything because my internet's being a turd, but it's strong woman in space, and the art looks amazing, and the style and the extra looks amazing, and it's only 6 episodes, which I love because I'm sorry, guys, but when you say, hey, watch this show, it's so good, you just have to watch 102 episodes of it. I'm sorry, I'm probably not going to watch it. If it has 6 episodes, there's a much higher chance I'm going to watch it. So I'm going to check this one out. It looks interesting, and it's on Prime.
Number 6. Which is one of the shows I had you watch.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
A monster hunter goes after a beast that could be her brother. Sounds good. Monster hunter, you say? Record of the Lodos War. They were talking about this on FNT of all places. Yeah. And I'd heard of it, but I never looked into it. They compared it to Lord of the Rings, and they were talking about how good the animation is. And then I looked at the animation and I went, I need more of this. You got like elves and dwarves and dragons and stuff. Yeah, Tomac, have you seen this then?
I've seen a bit of it. That show is also responsible for a bunch of people being, and I quote, elf-pilled.
Elf-pilled, you say?
I know hate for breeding. Everyone knows this. Come on, okay, it's common knowledge, people.
It wasn't common enough for me, but I'm now cultured.
It might be why people gave Frieren more of a chance than some people think it deserves.
Bingo.
I get it now. Hayden is elf-pilled. I get it. I get it. Now, this is one I bet Hayden has watched and loved. This was a Leon, a recommendation from our collective whole Leon, Psychopaths.
Yeah,
I feel like
Psychopaths.
you like this, right, Hayden?
I love. Is this the movie or the series? This is the series.
Series.
I love this series. It is so good. It's very dark, very gritty. There's this. I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it, so I don't want to say too much. But there's this investigation going on. You follow these. They're police doing an investigation into a series of crimes, and the story that unfolds as it goes on. It's bigger and bigger, and yeah, it's very very cyberpunky, very adult. And it's a very fun show.
Sign me up. All right. I'm intrigued. Now, Solo Leveling Season 3. I've got bad news, guys. We are going to be waiting years for various reasons. I'm sorry, but tired of waiting. We got some recommendations here. So, Death Parade. Any of you guys check this out?
I've heard of this one.
Death Parade. I'm writing it down. It looks interesting.
No,
and it's Madhouse.
I've seen it out there. I just haven't watched it.
All right. What else we recommend in Screen Rant? Tower of God. That is another webtoon where the webtoon itself, like I've looked through the book, it doesn't look all that intriguing. But I know B-Man said he really likes Tower of God. It's got they give it a 9.3 out of 10 on here. Any Tower of Godders?
Never heard of it.
No. I own Outlaw Star on DVD.
I don't remember too much.
All right, if B-Man badgers me enough, I'll probably check it out. Chainsaw Man, big fan. Obviously, anyone who hasn't seen Chainsaw Man, what are you doing? Watch Chainsaw Man. That and One Punch Man.
Hey, I will watch Chainsaw Man.
Oh, well, no, Hayden, you're too picky. You're not allowed to. I'm just kidding. Actually, you actually probably would like Chainsaw Man. It's
that's another one my girlfriend thinks that I'll really like. I just haven't given it a chance yet.
It's really cool.
We got any Sword Art Online enjoyers around here?
Yeah, Sword Art.
Yeah, really?
So the second season gets really strange because this sister kind of like has a crush on her brother, but she doesn't know it's her brother.
Yeah,
that gets into a weird story arc, but the show overall is really fun.
Oh yeah.
By the time I got an explanation what Sword Art was, I came to the conclusion that it's not .hack. Wonderful.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Being that my wife and I we're fans of tabletop RPGs, and I used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder and stuff. So when I first came across Sword Art Online, I was like, "Oh, this is a really cool concept," and I really liked it. And then, like Hayden said, you got the whole brother sister thing. So that was odd. But then after you get past that, it went back into some high fantasy stuff and whatnot. So it was pretty cool. It kicked back up and got cool again.
So ABF, when I tell you it's like hard to curate anime for you to watch, this is a good example of why it can be kind of difficult to curate for you.
Yeah.
Like
I can see the dilemma.
Like Chainsaw Man, like I want to recommend to you. I'm trying. It's not too meh, and I think there's maybe a little. His whole thing is he just wants to like touch boobs. He just wants to touch boobs before he dies. Is that too much for you?
That's a pretty decent goal.
I mean, yes, that's a high goal.
Yes.
Okay, Chainsaw Man might be one I'd recommend. One Punch Man also, it's got like some moments, but they're usually like his manga style. It works a bit better. One Punch Man also one I think you could enjoy. Code Geass. Anyone Code Geass?
I've watched a bit of Geass.
This is another one that I have been hearing. I absolutely have to watch because I'll like it. I just haven't had the chance yet.
I have seen it in its entirety. So it is a really cool, really fun show. There are a couple of moments here and there where throughout the series that I kind of put on something else in the background to listen to while I kind of slug through it. Because like a lot of animes that go on for more than 25 episodes, little bit of filler here and there. But overall, it's got mechs. It's got what is it, like spycraft. Yeah, it's got like spycraft, manipulation, strategy, like some mystery behind it. Like it's pretty cool. It's a good watch overall.
Yeah, the main character's superpower is mind control.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
But the only thing is, he uses it, but
too much.
Yeah, and it can only be used on somebody once. So that's where like his ability to just being really smart and manipulating people and being like a strategist. Whatever word. Somebody good at strategy. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Functional idiot people right here, like I said. But yeah, it's a cool show. It was cool. I liked it.
ABF, what's the last did you finish Cowboy Bebop yet?
No. I'm 2 episodes away from finishing it.
Okay.
Are you having to force yourself to finish it or are you enjoying finishing it?
No, like just like circumstances came up. I will watch it tonight.
Well, I would say the final 2, that's when like the story really kicks in, and
like,
those final 2 is a big reason why we all love it so much. Like the very ending, like it sticks with you. So it definitely colored a lot. It's one of the things that gave us like our rose tinted glasses when it came to Cowboy Bebop is the ending. All right, so anime time is over. Kagurabachi. All right. So sorry, I'm pressing too many buttons. Any manga enjoyers in chat? Gooch wouldn't shut up about volume 1 of Kagurabachi, and then I got it finally, and then I went, wow, this is incredible, and I got book 2, and I went, wow, this is even more incredibler, and then Gooch stopped buying it. I have no one to talk to about Kagurabachi. What the hell? If you're a manga enjoyer, Kagurabachi. Comics, you said you don't really do manga, but you'd like to dabble. Have you seen Demon Slayer?
I have seen Demon Slayer. It's actually, I haven't read the manga. I want to. My wife absolutely loves Demon Slayer, so that is definitely her jam.
If you like anime and manga where the main character has a katana,
okay,
then Kagurabachi's for you because it's all about magic katanas that the main character's dad built, and then he got killed by bad guys, and the bad guys stole the swords, but he has a secret 7th sword. And each sword has like different, abilities and what have you. And then there's one sword that's the super special sword, and the bad guys are selling that at their auction. So then there's a good guy group, and they're trying to get it before, so that way like bad guys don't just have like nuclear weapon swords. Basically, it's I believe already been picked up to be turned into an anime. When it comes out, it's going to be big. It's incredible. Holy crap! So my buddy,
assume they don't run out of budget on episode 2.
Yeah, that might happen. So my buddy cleans cars for a living. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And he found 2 Junji Ito books in there. And these things are like pricey and nice. So this is a guy who did like Uzumaki, if anyone who watched that on Max. And he is the king of horror. I can't really open these. Let me see. Let me go ahead and show you the first pages. Like this is his sort of
go insane.
This is his sort of style, like super creepy.
Oh wait, I've seen that anime, the one with the fish
the eye circle,
water and try to kill people.
Yeah, correct. The Death Stench Creeps.
Yes, I watched that the other day. It is very freaking weird.
All right, if you guys want a Junji Ito game, look up World of Horror.
I remember World of Horror.
Fragments of Horror. Yeah, he also got this one, which I also can't open up and just show random pages of. Let's see if we have any examples. Okay, thankfully no colored examples. My buddy found one in here that was extra disturbing if someone's just like open body, but with all their guts, but all weird. All right, we don't have to look at that. That's going to give us all nightmares. I'm looking forward to that. I have another one of his books, Shiver, which I'm looking forward to, but it's going to give me nightmares. All right. Sorry, blasting through these so I can get these gentlemen out of here. Reaper Destroyer from Joe Sontag. Gooch was evangelizing the crap out of this. It is possibly the best comic book I have ever read. I don't give out 10 out of 10s easily. Since I've been reviewing stuff, doing like the YouTube stuff for you all, I think the only thing I've given a 10 out of 10 is Godzilla -1. And it was only, I gave it a 9 out of 10. And then I saw it a second time. So I upped it to 9.5. And I saw it a third time. And so I upped it to a 10 out of 10 finally. That's the only 10 out of 10 I've given. First read of Reaper Destroyer, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It is possibly the best comic book I have ever read. And I have really bad news. You guys cannot buy it.
Yeah.
So I want to go in and show you why it's so amazing you need to buy it, but you can't buy it. So yeah, ABF, I would not sit on that. I would make sure to read that before you forget about it, because it is incredible. It's the
read this
same
one. This
feeling
one's
I got.
signed.
Oh, well, I didn't even realize it, but mine's signed as well. And I got a bunch of like little goodies with it too, and stickers and like a metal plate and whatnot. I was very impressed. And then I read it and I was blown away. The same feeling as when I read like Batman Hush for the first time, which is the comic that got me all fucking addicted. And then Spawn. Spawn is so good. And he managed to compete against Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo and arguably do an even better job. The first two, like, it's basically like 2 issues. The first 2 issues of this up against Spawn, I think this wins. It might be the greatest comic book I've ever read. Holy crap.
I am really happy you brought up this 10 out of 10 that I cannot buy.
I know. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
It's a shame too, because when I started my channel, I was because I go out on X and I look for independent comic creators to talk to and maybe bring them onto the channel, or I have a monthly video series that I'll spotlight a couple. And I reached out to Joe and because I came across the Reaper Destroyer on Kickstarter and a couple other places, and I heard people talking about it. So I reached out to him and said, "Hey man, where can I get this book? I cannot seem to find it." He said, "I am sorry, you cannot get it right now," and I got really sad.
He's working on volume 2, so my hope is when he puts that out, he'll do a reprint, because holy crap, if he does, I'm going to evangelize the crap out of it. It was incredible. All right, but sorry, I'm going to shut up.
Something like that to me when I asked him.
Can't buy it, so I'm going to stop evangelizing it.
I'll read it to you on Discord, Hayden.
Okay, and show me the pictures.
You may need to yard.
All right, and then last tab, Comics Dad. This one's for you, Ultimate Spider-Man. I keep telling myself I'm going to stop buying it and switch over to the trades, and I keep buying the floppies instead. So my question is, why the heck do you keep buying it?
So hold on, there we go. So there you go. Unfortunately, I was late to the party. I could not get first printing. I believe this is 5th printing, but even that 5th printing number 1. Yeah, 5th printing number 1 is even still going for like $40 right now, but it is fantastic. I got the trade also right here. So it is great. I love it because we get Peter and MJ finally back together in an appropriate nuclear family type of style. It is
happy
wonderful.
And loving and supportive of each other.
Yes, and even once he becomes Spider-Man, because here's the thing: it takes place. It's like basically a reboot of the Ultimate Universe for anybody that's aware of what that is. The Maker through all sorts of stuff that you have.
The
to
Maker
read
turned Nick Fury white again.
Yeah, and you have to read. I think what was it, Ultimate Invasion or whatever that 4-issue series they put out last year, 2 years ago was. But it sets the groundwork for basically the Maker goes to this other universe to kind of reset it and take all the powers or stop all the superhumans or superheroes from getting their powers and impacting the world. So through a series of events, Peter Parker becomes an adult without being Spider-Man. He finally gets his spider powers through a way, and MJ is so super supportive once she actually finds out that he is Spider-Man. And his kids find out, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is awesome. Dad is a superhero." And because you find out, it's not a big spoiler, you find out, I think, in the 2nd or 3rd issue. So
yeah, but quite quickly, and instead of her going, I hate being a mob wife, she's super supportive and asked if he wants to have sex.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's amazing.
And it's great.
The most important question, though, when does Miles Morales show up?
Not yet, but he will be showing up in a couple of months, I believe, or next month. Because there is what's the event they're calling it?
Then that's when I stopped reading it.
But here's the thing. It's not going to be Ultimate Spider-Man. It's a different title. What is it called? Give me a second. It's called...
okay, well then that's fine with me. So I have yet to have a single DC comic in my pull list, despite way preferring DC over Marvel. I continue to only have Marvel comics in my pull list. So Ultimate Spider-Man. I also have been continuing to read Deadpool / Wolverine. And the art is insane. And the writing is pretty darn good too. So I keep doing it. And I much prefer DC. And I've yet to have a single comic book from DC in my freaking pull list. They are massive failures and they deserve to implode.
I've been getting mostly like the creator owned publishers, like from Image, Boom Studio, stuff like that. That's mostly been in my pull boxes lately. But it is. I was half right. Yes, Mark Miller. I was half right. So it's called Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. Now, in order to understand what's going on with that, I think you need to read the current volume of Miles Morales, which I gave up after about 4 issues. First volume of Miles Morales was actually really good, because that's also near the end of that. We see the Maker. So it's beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely
skeleton
beautiful.
dragon. It's great.
Nice.
Not only is it a dragon, it's a skeleton dragon that's controlled with mind control. That's what I don't want mob wives complaining about what their husband does. I want skeleton dragons. I'm sorry.
But, how is it mind controlled if it doesn't have a brain?
I don't fucking know.
Nervous system.
This is just the cover for issue 3 of Ultimate Spider-Man. So it's just give you an idea. Mark Cicchetto does a great job with the art, and it's also Jonathan Hickman writing it. And I've been saying for pretty much the entire almost year and a half that this series has been out, is that all these jackholes that are the editors and chiefs and everything at Marvel need to make way, let Jonathan Hickman take over Marvel Comics, because he's the only person in Marvel Comics that knows what he's doing.
Did you know he wasn't even supposed to write it? It was actually Donnie Cates, the cancel pig, who was supposed to write it. And I would not have purchased it.
And I'm so glad he wasn't friggin' writing it.
God bless it. All right.
Been New Day all over again.
Exactly. And instead, it's the only actual comic that's selling. Yeah, like I said, you had to get the 5th edition of that first issue.
Yeah.
Tomak, anything you would like to plug?
Gonna be starting up some more Doll's Nest after this. We got 2 more areas to clear out and figure out what the hell's going on.
Let's go. Yeah, I saw you playing a little bit the other day. I was wondering what I was going to be getting into, because I'll probably be playing that for this channel here at some point.
I did send you a clip in private chat of
you sent me a clip, but then it didn't go to an actual timestamp. It just started from the beginning. That's why I watched it. Hayden, what you got going on?
So I was working on a video right before we got started with the stream here, and going to finish up doing a little bit of edits on that, and that video will be out, I believe, this afternoon. Go a little bit more in depth on the Kirsha cancellation that happened and kind of explain some of that stuff. So if you guys would, once that video comes out, check it out. Like I said, should be out before 7 p.m. Eastern today. So just keep your eyes open for that.
Let's go. Our little YouTuber, they grow up so fast. And hey, save the plug for the collective whole. Speaking of comic stat, anything you want to plug?
That's right here.
So just my regular stuff. I started the channel doing mostly comic reading videos. I have a series on that called Comics Read Along. So people seem to like them, but hoping to get a little more traction on that. I actually got to record another one probably tomorrow. Other than that, I have my live shows, Talking Shop, where I have comic book artists, comic creators, content creators come on. We talk about comics and other stuff. I'm on YouTube and on Rumble. I actually was supposed to do a Rumble exclusive stream last night to kind of thank the Rumble community for getting me over 100 followers so quick.
Stopped working yesterday.
Yeah,
didn't it?
massive DDoS attack. So, so that's gonna be rescheduled for probably next week for Rumble only. But I'm on YouTube and Rumble on X also.
All right, chat. Stay tuned. ABF, what you got going on, homie?
I'm gonna finish Cowboy Bebop so that my super annoying employee stops bothering me about it, and I can move on to the next anime recommendation.
Which is do you have your next anime? What is it?
I assumed that you were going to tell me to watch Redline.
Oh, yeah, absolutely watch Redline. Yeah, 1000% watch Redline.
That's what I figured. And that one actually interests me. I like cars, so.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're going to watch that. We'll do it in the Discord or something.
Okay.
And if you want to dabble in some mechs, I would actually recommend Escaflowne. Now, like I watched the end of Evangelion movie and I loved it. Absolutely would not recommend it to you. But Escaflowne the movie, I think you would actually manage to enjoy. And it's an hour and a half, perfect length. It tells you it's 2 hours. If you look it up on IMDb, it's not. It's a lie. Definitely a recommend. And French Moon, I swear I did not forget about you. French Moon for 5. I just want to say to the panel and chat, if you like superhero world, My Hero Academia is really worth a try. I even admit a really good English dub. Yeah, I am loving it.
I will admit that too. The English dub for My Hero Academia is actually really good. It's definitely worth watching.
And so the main character is like kind of like a whiny, like he cries a bunch like main character, but he's also like I will fight and just keep fighting and crawling along kind of character. So I assume the whininess will go away here before long.
It does, definitely.
All right, good.
And also, Christopher
really
Smart
kills
is
them all the time.
Wait, who kills everyone? No, spoiler alert.
No, his superpower nearly kills himself because his body can't take it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, and then that's why, he's making them train and whatnot before he gives them his powers. And then, I love it's like, all right, I'm going to give you some of my powers now. Eat my hair.
That's literally it.
You got to get, and he's like, you got to get my DNA inside of you. And I'm like, yeah, eat the hair, bro. Yeah, eat the hair.
That was the best way to do it.
There's probably only a couple options here.
Oh boy, you don't want to know what the other options are.
So B-Man, you got Weeb Weekend number 2. All right. So I am always bothering my boss right here, but that's only because my employee B-Man is always bugging me. So don't blame me, ABF. Blame B-Man. He is the one actually harassing you. But for real, what's your next anime? All right, it's going to be Redline, as we know. Absolute pleasure having everyone here on the panel. Absolute pleasure having everyone here in chat. Sorry for my terrible internet. Hopefully here soon I can go find me a place with some working internet. Fingers crossed. Literally pray for me to get working internet. I prayed for me to get working internet yesterday. I could use all the help. Oh, I forgot to play this clip.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
All right, and I think I got some more new ones. What's this one? Get it out of here! Get it out of here! Bye.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it! Leave me alone!
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Oh!
Come on! Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Also, I want to formally apologize to GraphWeb. We forgot to sing for him yesterday, so I'm making him his own clip.
Anime has a satanic vibe.
Whoops, that was the wrong one.